If you've seen the title, you already know what this is, so let's just jump right in. Beginning with the ears. This one is from Iraq. There once was a man named Abdu who had trouble finding work. He was very poor and his wife and children were always hungry. In desperation, Abdu is A-B-D-U, so if anyone has the proper pronunciation, that would be very nice because I feel like I'm butchering it. Back to the story. In desperation, Abdu left the town where he lived to see if he could earn a few coins in the countryside. But no matter how far he walked, he found no one who needed his help. By afternoon, he was weak and tired, for he had not a bite to eat all day. Suddenly, he saw an old woman coming toward him. She was bent and wrinkled and wore a flowered kerchief. It's like handkerchief, but it has no hand in the beginning. Anyway, and wore a flowered kerchief over her hair.
"Where are you going?"
she asked.
"Who knows?" he cried. "I must wander from place to place until I earn enough to support my wife and children."
"Do not despair,"
she said.
"Bring your family to live with me, Abdu, and we will share your wealth."
Abdu was amazed.
"Who are you?"
he asked.
"And how do you know my name?"
"I'm your cousin," she replied. "I'm old and alone and would like some company. If you and your family live with me, no one will have to go hungry."
Abdu could hardly believe his ears, and hope began growing in his heart. He felt strong again, and he ran home to tell his wife and children all that he had heard. They were delighted to learn about the long-lost cousin. That very evening they left town and walked out to meet the old woman who was waiting for them in the middle of the road. She took them home and let them eat to their heart's content.
"And soon you can have milk to drink,"
she told them. She picked up a pail and went out into the barn. Abdu's wife followed to see if she could help with the milk, but as she approached the barn, she overheard the old woman talking to her cow.
"Tomorrow, I am going to eat my guests,"
she said. The cow mooed as if to say, "No, no, no!" And Abdu's wife rushed back to the house to warn her husband. "We must leave at once," she cried. "The old woman told the cow she is planning to eat us tomorrow." Abdu was angry.
"You didn't hear right,"
he said.
"Look how kind and generous she has been."
Abdu's wife finally agreed to stay, but she was too frightened to sleep all night. The next morning, Abdu's wife again followed the old woman out to the barn. Again, she overheard what the old woman said.
Today I will eat my guests."
And again the cow mooed as if to say, "No, no, no!" Abdu's wife ran back to the house as fast as she could. "We can't stay here a moment longer. The old woman is planning to eat us today," she cried. But still Abdu refused to listen.
"Is there something wrong with your
Sorry.
"Is there something wrong with your ears?"
she shouted. "Stay if you like. I will take the children back home." And that is exactly what she did. When the old woman returned from the barn and saw that only Abdu was left, what? Sometimes Braille gets confusing. When the old woman returned from the barn and saw that only Abdu was left, she decided to eat him right away. She blocked the doorway and screeched at him.
"I am not your cousin."
Her back straightened, her wrinkles faded away, and her kerchief fell off, revealing long dark hair.
"I am a witch,"
she said,
"who likes nothing better than eating the fools who come to live in my house. Tell me,"
she asked,
"which of your body parts should I start with?"
She pulled a metal file from her pocket and began to sharpen her teeth. Abdu trembled from head to toe. He realized he was trapped and there was nothing he could do.
"My wife warned me,"
he said,
"but I would not listen. So begin with my ears."